Simon Rhodes was up recording a video game soundtrack with us, and at the end of the day he just dropped me a text and said, "Come into the control room, I've got something I'd like to play you." And it wasn't, of course, a fully finished version, but it was a sampled version of a new piece. And I didn't know what it was when I went into the studio, but I heard this piece that sounded absolutely wonderful. And Simon explained the story behind it, and I got really very excited very quickly.
For me, it started with a phone call because Ed had discovered a picture that he'd taken of James in his studio, holding up a piece of manuscript paper.
I was cleaning out a hard drive of photos about a year ago, and I found this photo of James where he was holding the sheet music. So I took the picture and I sent it to Simon, and I said, "Can you make anything out of this?"
On the paper, at the top of the paper, it said US Air Force Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds is a US Air Force display team, and James had been commissioned to write music for them to fly to. And it turned out that there was some really good stuff on this piece of paper once we tracked it down.
About 2 months later, he called me up and he goes, "Yeah, I figured it out." I go, "What? Figured out what?" He goes, "The composition." And I go, "Oh, what is it? Is there like a little ditty to it, or what is it?" He goes, "No, I found the entire score." I'm like, "What do you mean you found the entire score?" He goes, "I went back into the archives and it was hidden. Nobody had ever seen it. So it was like the lost James Horner score."
So there was a significant amount of thematic material which we've used to create this long 13-minute sort of new flying display piece.
It was so exciting to realise that the concepts, the ideas of this piece had survived, and that Simon had a piece of manuscript with James Horner's themes and thoughts written down. And Simon and James worked together for such a long time that Simon really was confident of the kind of piece that James would have written.
I worked with James Horner for 20 years over the course of 40 projects, and I was his right-hand man in the studio. When you know someone that well, you kind of know what they're going to say. You also know what they're going to say musically as well. It was nice to be able to sort of re-enter that world that I used to live in all the time and help create this piece.
Simon's brilliant. He's always been, the secret sauce of everything that James does. And he took it and he played it out, and I thought it was going to maybe happen like a year or so from now. And then he's like, "Hey, these crazy people in Scotland want to record it like next week."
This is a piece that was designed to be played outside, over loudspeakers because of the noise of the aeroplane. So it was pretty sort of full on.
What I love about the RSNO is that no matter what we're recording, our general attitude is just like, go for it. And I think it matches James's score perfectly.
It's very joyous. It really does sum up in some intangible fashion the beauty of flying.
James just loved flying. With the composing world, there's such boundaries of what they have to do. You've got to hit a certain space. You've got to hit a certain note. He just wrote a 15-minute piece of just what he thought about flying.
To have a symphonic score under these beautiful aircraft doing these acrobatics in the sky is something that James really homed in on, and it was only because he was a pilot that he really had the empathy to be able to write like this.
Simon is super special. James loved him to death. He did everything with him, and I know James is smiling.
The RSNO is a really special orchestra, and they've just gone from strength to strength over the last sort of 10 years or so, and they've always had a great reputation of recording film music, but I think this is very special today.
It is a special place, and I want the great work that they've done to be known, and known that it was done here.
I think the organisation rightly feels proud at the position we now have supporting Hollywood with its scores, and that Hollywood chooses to come to Scotland and to record its music here. And we've had a number of really high profile projects recently, but really James Horner was Hollywood royalty, and it is particularly special to think that this orchestra can be, in a small way, part of his legacy.
Ed and Simon's determination is inspiring and is a testament of their respect and love for James Horner's work that has touched generations.
If James was here today, which I truly believe he is, and he's been manipulating this thing from day one, he would be ecstatic.
To recreate this piece with Simon and to record it today is a tremendous honour for the organisation.
It gives me great sense of pride knowing that the RSNO has been entrusted in recording this project.
You know, I love James Horner's music because it's real and it's true. That's why I love James. I don't know anybody that doesn't like his music, but James was, he was just the magician with that.
He's sort of been dubbed as the emotionalist composer of film music, which is pretty good, pretty accurate title, I think. For me, that's probably the core of and the heart and soul of James. Is the soul.